for everyone, and I say it respectfully. Always be yourself when someone doesn't see your potential. Always be yourself when someone overlooks you. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Today is currently October 16th, 2025. It's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and this is peace. Hi, everybody. I'm Peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I say what I say. I'm Peace. Stop the violence. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Hater, hater, hater. Stay your name, neighbor, neighbor. We ain't the same. Always be yourself and no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. To the genuine ones with no misintentions, I truly hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you, overlooked you in your journey, then see potential within you, didn't know how to love you, respect you. They fumbled you. They know how to meet you halfway. You are worthy of the right people pouring into you with no misintentions, let alone not projecting the evil lie or projecting spoke towards you, good or bad day or misunderstanding day. You mad and you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. To the genuine ones only. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. Never allow someone to project fear in you because they want to dim your light. They want to project sport towards you, or they want to send you the evil eye, or they don't want you to believe in faith. We may not pray the same. I'm far from a hater. Being authentic is not a crime. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're wrong for choosing you. And I say that respectfully. Your voice does matter in the eyes of the right people. That doesn't project sport towards you, or energy harvest off your energy, or sends you the evil eye. My content is not for everyone. It's not. To the genuine ones with those intentions, never give up on yourself. No mother or father or family member should lose a family member or child due to someone's jealousy, envy, insecurities, or someone projecting spirit towards them, or someone sending them the evil eye. And I say it respectfully. No mother or father should lose a child due to someone sending someone the evil eye, or someone having lack of self-control, or because someone doesn't see someone as a fit parent. But that mother and father never neglected that baby. That mother and father knew how to love that baby regardless they came from poverty and pain. They actually knew how to protect that baby. They knew how to nourish that baby. They knew how to show that baby that they are worthy of showing up for themselves, to take the proper steps. At the end of the day, I got your back when the world's against you. How a mother and father actually prays for their child, not against their child. When the enemy or the devil tries to come into their household to disturb their peace and cause chaos and confusion, no mother or father should have to be in a mindset of losing themselves because of the fact that someone wants a mother and father to be disturbed mentally and physically, emotionally, make them feel like they're supposed to be unstable because someone has controlling issues and wants to divide a household because of jealousy, envy, or hate, or insecurity problems, or controlling issues. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself or my peers around me, good day, bad day, or misunderstand day, regards to their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age, regards to what man or woman is gang stalking me, or sending me the evil eye, or projecting spirit towards me. I am healing from a hate crime, and I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. We may not pray the same, but I'm far from a hater regards to your tax bracket, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Check yourself, neighbor. Stay in your lane, hater, 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 hater. Hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to dim my light. FAITH, you can't relate to. Catching your blessings, I was the miracle. Yeah, I'm a puppet, but I know how to respect my neighbor. I ain't got a cash spell work to dim your light. I'm far from a hater, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Hold on 1 second, we wasn't the same neighbor. You try to project pain with my friend Naya. No, for real, stay in your life, Jack. Ooh, I don't mean to say bad words. Stay in your life, weirdo. And the chains on me. Stop sitting the evil line. I gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and it's not a crime to be authentic. I may not be for the average person, but I would never hurt myself regardless of the time I leave out my household. I'm going from point A to Z. I would never hurt myself regardless of what man or woman is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. Regardless of what man or woman has me shadow banned or is hacking my device's accounts and monitoring my every move, I would never hurt myself. You know, gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. How individuals that you don't have to know, we live in a spiritual world, how they would cause confusion when it comes to spell work. They don't want you to understand your own mental when it comes to having faith or unconditional love. Regardless, you come from poverty and pain, how they will try to project spell work on you to mess with your finances. They have folks that work in different departments to mess up your love life or whatever the case may be because they will project sport towards someone that's feeling you at the end of the day, or that job opportunity that's truly for you, that you actually put the footwork in. At the end of the day, you don't have to try hard, but someone was truly relating to you. How they would cause chaos, confusion. They would project spell work on you or the person that's doing the interview. You know, someone that was willing to hire you, but someone is looking at you in a different light now because, hold on one second, someone painted you out there because it truly wasn't. Or a little bird decided to say that's not a good fit for that position. Or, you know, individuals will dig up your past to try to humiliate you, pay certain individuals because of their financial stability. You know, they will project it as this is who you are today. But when you don't run from your past and you outgrew the norm of, hold on one second, I'm not trying to hurt me of the day. I'm not trying to be in the mindset of being immature. I'm not trying to be in the mindset of, hold on one second, pretending somebody actually wasn't. And it's just different. Because individuals will lie on you. They would try to blackmail you for likes, if he's a cloud chasing or fame, or they would do it because they have hate and jealousy and envy within them because they never express those emotions towards you. But when it comes to third-party conversation, they got so much to say. Hold on one second. I knew how to pour into you when you couldn't see. I respected you days when you couldn't eat. I respected you days when you was going through depression, anxiety, PTSD. Did I have to say your name that day? Damn, I wasn't seeking revenge. I just knew how to respect my neighbor, understand elevation is different. You wasn't part of this chapter today. You know, always be yourself, regardless of who's throwing you spell work or sending you the evil eye. I'm healing from a hate crime that was done to me. I'm dealing with overcoming beauty magic. That's what it's called. And I do not live in fear. And yes, I am beautiful. Yes, I am worthy. Yes, I pour into me, regardless to the different tones of my skin right now that I'm dealing with every single day. And no, I don't need no psychiatrist. And no, I don't need no doctor to put me in a straight jacket because my neighbor wants to blackmail me and rob me mentally, spiritually, or financially, or project me to be mentally unstable today, or because I'm speaking up for myself. I do not live in fear, regardless to who you have going against me, or regardless to what hate train has to try to dim my light, because I'm willing to choose me and speak up for myself when the enemy try to test me. You know, individuals will take your kindness or weakness and you let them slide. You let them step on your feet or whatever the case may be. And then, you know, you say, I had enough. And I ask God for the strength. I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstand day. But when God says, I gave you a voice. I gave you strength. I gave you balance. I gave you encouragement. At the end of the day, I got your back. They cannot touch your anointings. They can continue to throw spell at you all they want. They can continue to gather that hate train when it comes to that text message. Have your next door neighbor in different tax brackets telling you every move from the time that you leave out your house, from the time that you go from point A to Z. Did it matter if you had to go to the grocery store or not? Did it matter if you had to go to the laundromat or not? Did it matter if you had to go see someone in the day that actually cares about you? No. Because you chose to get up and because God gave you the strength when folks are throwing magic when it comes to death. You know how this type of stuff actually happens? How folks will project spell work on you. They don't want you to understand your own faith and relate to God within. How they leave behind the scenes robbing you mentally, spiritually, financially, energy harvesting off your energy. Making sure at the end of the day that you don't maintain your smile. They want God not to fix your crown because they say God is not real because they don't understand how this type of stuff actually happens. You don't have to know somebody. You can come in passion with somebody, regardless if it's a stranger or not. You can have a brief conversation with somebody. It didn't have to be over 10 minutes. It didn't have to be over 2 minutes for someone to project spell work towards you, or for someone to try to antagonize you to get a reaction out of you because someone decided to pay somebody to, hold on one second, this person hasn't changed. How this type of stuff actually happens. Always be yourself. I would never hurt myself regardless to what man or woman or child is trying to bring harm towards me or is sending me spell work. And I say it respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't play with spell work or magic. I don't dibble and dabble all that stuff at the end of the day. I pray for my neighbor, not against my neighbor. We are all not the same. I'm far from a hater. I don't have to project beauty spells towards my neighbor at the end of the day. And when it comes to my creativity, when it comes to sexual assault or men or women at the end of the day, disrespecting women and men at the end of the day, I always talked about these type of contents. And I said it respectfully. You don't know what I'm going to say one day. It's a train of thought for me ever since I got on these platforms. Being authentic. I never switched up at the end of the day. Being myself. It's a train of thought for me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Naya, the chat on me, God darn it. You have been minding your business, minding your business. You know, everybody doesn't have siblings that they're close to, whatever the case may be. But when you have one, you know when you know. God damn, when you greedy ass. Know what the trade told me? You ever had that one sibling that they, or maybe two, maybe three, maybe all of them with the fat? Know the trade told me? You ever decided to pick up the phone before you decide to go into the house or decide to stop by, whatever the case may be? Y'all hungry? Know what the trade told me? You ever heard anybody say, nah, we good. All right. Until you decide to come in the house with goddamn bags and shit. What you got going on over there? No, answer trained on me. First of all, you know, I asked multiple times after multiple times. I even called back, you know, because, you know, when you had those siblings that had those mindsets in the day, I'm going to just wait till they get there and see what they got in the bag and disturb their peace so they won't eat their food. No, answer trained over me. I don't want their dreams to come true having a good, decent meal. No, the train told me, when you know, you know. These motherfuckers at the end of the day, you decide to call back the third time. Listen, I'm about to move from this establishment. There's a couple of other establishments around. Matter of fact, I actually cook too. But I'm just asking you fools to be on the same goddamn page. Listen, please don't mess up my mental because I want to eat my food in peace. Please. No other trade told me. Now we good. You ever decide to walk in the door? Everybody at the train told me. Everybody's so happy to see you, so welcoming. What you got in the bag? It smells good. I bet it do. Now for you. No, the train told me, you know, before I actually decided to remove myself from a certain area, I decided to pick you up some too. You ever still gave these motherfuckers some food today and they still wind up in your plate? Trying to be nice, but I'm not trying to be nice. I asked. No other trained on me. You ever realized they gave you that You ain't say you was getting that though. It's a trainer for me. No, for real. You ever realized today? You got them siblings that set up on a page and they with lack of common sense when it comes to the food department. No, it's the train on me. You know, I may not want what you gonna give me, but I may want what's on your plate. I have the trade on me. You know, I knew you was probably thinking about this food the whole day long, but it do look good. It's a trade on me. You ever decided to get some food and you got the same thing that these fools is about to eat, but they still dibbling and dabbling in your food? How did this happen? Yours tastes better. It's a trade on me. If y'all don't get out of here, who raised you? I'm Naya, genuine respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's the same purpose only. No, it's the trade of me. You ever been one of those faithful friends for years? No, it's the trade of me. Only realize this one time in your life, your friend, your family, how you look at family today, gonna change your life forever. And you gonna have to question their friendship moving forward. Let alone the family member friendship card in the day. No, the trade of me. You was minding your business. You know, this fool car is all messed up. You know, being a friend and family today, you gonna show up. No, the train told me. Whatever they got going on, you gonna make sure you show up. Regardless of whatever they got going on. So they say my car got a boot. My car not working. I don't know what's going on with my car situation. So you go pick them up, take them on their errands for the day. Only to realize you come to find out they've been married, they been dealing with a married person this whole entire time. That was a goddamn lie. When was I gonna be part of this conversation? No, the truth don't mean. Because as this fool gets in the car at the end of the day, only to realize you ever look, but then look at someone was following you, and then following you, and you had to retrack your steps in the day. Why? No, the trade though, because as soon as you come around, I got all this bullshit going on. No, the trade though, I didn't sign up for this. I swear I didn't. No, the trade though, me. So you ain't paying it no mind. You just letting the day go by. Only to realize someone decides to say, hey, how you doing? First of all, I didn't sign up to be your therapist or your doctor today. What's wrong with you and who the hell are you? And the trick on me. This fool starts to participate. I know you dating who I dating. Oh Lord. It's only been 7 hours out of the goddamn day. I don't know what the hell you talking about, ma'am, sir. What the hell? No, the trade on me. And I ain't been around this fool for a couple of days in the day, let alone a couple of months. I don't know what's going on. And mind you, I'm single. I don't know what you're talking about. If the train though for me, this fool starts to say, I know it's you. I've been watching you for the last 7 hours. It's the trade though for me. You know, someone participated and got in my vehicle. You probably looking for them. But that's besides the point. How can I help you? Because you disturbed my goddamn peace. My show is on full. It's the trade though for me. You ever realize you have to call somebody, realize, hold on a second. What's going on? No, I checked on me. This fool at my door talking about you. I had to realize they wasn't talking about me because I ain't got nothing going on. So what's going on? And they gonna say, oh, I was kind of waiting to tell you at a good time. No, in the straight though, it's gonna be a long time. What's going on? Because this person is dropping this person's belongings at the wrong door. So I need to know how you want to take this situation and move forward. They like, wait, hold on 1 second. What? Yeah, I said what I said. It's the trade though. I'm trying to figure it out too. What you got going on, friend? No, the trade told me, how did we get here? This fool starts to participate and say, you remember the football coach, the basketball coach, the same coach? That's his wife. Oh, you messy. I don't like people like you. No, the trade told me. He gonna say, you don't understand what's going on right now. Well, you got a whole lot to explain and do because somebody's belongings is in front of my door and you got to make it make sense. No, it's the trade told me. What the hell wrong with people? No, the trade told me. You ever realized you knew somebody but realized, hold on 1 second. So you mean to tell me that you dating other people? People, like, I thought you was in a relationship. And the trade told me. But you know what? You do be having situationships time to time. But I thought you changed your life around for the right person. And only because I didn't think you would be dealing with someone in the day that's supposed to be a divorcee soon in a couple of minutes. It's the trade over me. They trying to figure out how they get these documentations to your new boo. It's the trade over me. I didn't sign up for this one-sided conversation. Hello, help me, help me. You know, because someone is sitting here crying hysterically, and I'm starting to feel bad, not just for you, but for them, because I wasn't supposed to be participating in this conversation. And the straight on you, what's wrong with people? You know, when you realize that they regard this family or associate or friends for a long time in the day, when you start dealing with somebody that's in a relationship, when you become of age, you know, maturing after your body weight, I just shoot side, dumbass, and the straight on me. When your brain cells gonna start kicking in, dumbass. No, the trade told me leave married people the hell alone. Let alone if you in a relationship or whatever the case be, deal with your situation one-on-one and leave that person alone too. Or let alone, it should be no reason why you tangle up in too many situations at one time that you can't occupy. No, and the trade told me hello. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. I may not be entertaining to the average person, but my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's trying to bring harm towards me or who's trying to get me locked up or put me in a sideboard. And I say that respectfully. You know, I never gave nobody permission to use my documentations to blackmail me against me. I never signed up for someone's one-sided contract, and I say it respectfully. Because when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. And I say it respectfully. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Love yourself, don't dim your light. 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 Said I practiced what I preached. That is different. You know, I wasn't seeking revenge when it came to that devil that day, but God revealed the mask when I least expected, when someone should be pretending. They try to blackmail me close to me. At the end of the day, they were seeking revenge because I was speaking up for myself. Hold on a second. I understood what Judgment Day looks like up close in person when God shows you what karma feels like. You know, because when the devil tried to stop you, the enemy tried to call you out, but God was really showing you the strength that you can hold that conversation down when they try to dim your light, but God was really making it bright. That FAITH hits different when it comes to being comfortable in your own skin. You're going to bother certain folks' mental health when it comes to maturing. The energy is different. God was keeping poverty and pain. I understood respect my neighbor when they couldn't understand and stay in their lane. Now, it's a trade on me. I don't know what's wrong with these people. You know, the devil would try to test you, even when you get lost in your words. Never confuse you, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to loving you, be mindful with your words, and I say that respectfully. You know, like hurting yourself with words when the enemy tries to test you, the devil try to shortchange you, say that you're not beautiful, let alone worthy. When it comes to stepping on your comfort zone, you understood that. Hold on 1 second, God was really stepping for you. You know, when God give you balance, they will never understand God's knowledge. When God spent the block, God was never doing for likes, views, or clout, chasing or fame. They would never understand when folks try to discourage you with pain. You know, you got folks putting you in competition when you was never competing. Hold on 1 second, being authentic was always within you. It wasn't on you. At the end of it, they would never understand how Judgment Day is different when God was showing you to always be authentic. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. You know, God was known for sell, likes, and music, cloud chasing, or fame. You're going to have certain folks so thirsty to dim your light when it comes to, hold on 1 second, God was showing you why you maintain. You know, when the devil try to say that you're not worthy, hold on 1 second, but that communication is different when God allows you to see that. Hold on 1 second, your prayers truly did become a dream come true. You was a miracle, regardless of not to love you. You know, hold on 1 second, they was projecting insecurities on you. But you understood your right from your left when they truly didn't understand you. Hold on 1 second, butterfly. Never dim your light. Healing, trauma, and pain. Those obstacles is different when it comes to growth. Actually maturing. You know, you outgrew the old, the understand. You wasn't running from your past. That reflection is different when it comes to unconditional love can truly last. You got the enemy trying to test you, saying that you're not worthy. Hold on 1 second. It had to take your neighbor to tell all those lies when you knew how to take accountability for your actions. Now, it's a trait, though, to always be yourself. How folks try to tell your narrative better than you, all because you know how to be comfortable in your skin. Hold on 1 second, when they wanted to dim your light when you was far from needing a tissue. No, it's a trait though for me. Never allow a man or woman to project fear in you, regardless of their tax bracket. When they said they gonna have folks in different tax bracket trying to dim your light, trying to project harm towards you. You know, trying to project fear in you. They gotta throw sport and toxic away to make them feel comfortable in their own skin because you was willing to choose you. Never give up on yourself, when I say it respectfully. Loving yourself, the better yourself, they will never understand God's reflection, his different truly gone within. That image, hold on 1 second, was never for likes and views, or cloud chasing or fame. They would never understand your point of view. You know, my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. I said, check yourself, neighbor, 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 neighbor. I said, check yourself, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You checking yourself to realize that, hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to dim my light because I was truly the blessing. You know, your moms and pops didn't know how to love you. Imagine folks in the outside world trying to discover you. But that self-love hits first at the end of the day. You was your first family when you least expected, when they overlooked you. You know, the outside world is a cold world. They would never understand how you improved your world. Hold on 1 second, for likes, TVs, and cloud chasing the fame. That was a part of your vocabulary because you was far from thirsty, far from pretending when folks try to paint you to be mentally unstable. They wanted to dim your light when God was fixing your crown. That hold on 1 second. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Certain doors gonna close in your face when you least expect it. But the devil alone, the enemy, gonna try to test you, but never allow yourself to feel hate within, or because someone didn't understand you. The energy is different when it comes to comprehension. Because when you're improving your life for all the right reasons, it's more than 200 ways to realize the hold on 1 second. God allowed you to think. Now, ever trade though for me? No, for real, for real. Because when God allows you to think, it starts to allow you to feel that hold on 1 second. That improvement is different. Healing childhood trauma going into adulthood. You never was trying to outdo the next person when it comes to true healing, because that footwork is different. How folks try to destiny swipe with you, but it's an epic failure because they can't take your anointing. Hold on 1 second, so they got to cast forward towards you. They got the next door neighbor and different tags back and trying to figure out how they gonna confuse you, how this type of stuff actually happens, all because you truly got potential when you was never in competition with your neighbor. Then mad they tags back regards to head goal or not. The end of the day, the train of thought for me. How they call you bald headed. Hold on 1 second, you ain't worthy. How they try to take your flow, but God truly showed you. Hold on 1 second, that investment is different because God truly allowed you to feel elevation is different because God's maturing you every single day when it comes to a moment they can't relate to. Hold on 1 second, that testimony is different. Allowing yourself to look in the mirror. How you got neighbors in different tax bracket. Projecting spoke when it comes to the insecurity problems, the jealousy and the hate. They said, I don't want you to see your best soul vision of yourself, so I'm going to project beauty magic to you so you won't show up for yourself, but you was far from pretending being authentic. It's a chain of thought from you how this type of stuff actually happens. How focus those spoke in your door at the end of the day, only with the hold on 1 second. Also, you're still protecting your mental health. Hold on 1 second. You understood how to carry that weight, and now me narcotics. No, and the trick though, because folks will make an assumption I'm not an addict, a little on a sex worker. No, for real, for real. My content is not for everybody. There's a man or woman that was disrespected, regardless if it's a job place or in a community. Didn't matter what day it was at the end of the day. How men or women will disrespect somebody, regardless if they have a marriage or not at the end of the day. How they would say certain slurs towards certain people. Because you carry yourself around certain people in a certain kind of way, that does not mean you don't carry yourself when it comes to certain individuals that someone won't believe them. How someone was disrespected in the most unhealthiest way. How someone said out loud that I'm going to RAP you. I want sex today. I want this. I want that. I want to hurt you, or whatever the case may be. How this type of stuff actually happens. When it comes to my content, I always talked about this type of stuff. So when you make an assumption that I'm talking about you, it tells a lot about your character traits at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And if you actually been following me, from day one, I always talked about stuff like this. And I say that respectfully. Regardless if it's in a job place, regardless if it's in a public place or not, regardless if it's someone in a laundromat, regardless if it's someone in a grocery store, how men and women get violated by individuals that they don't even know or they do know. And I say that respectfully. How a woman gets violated and groped by a man or a woman at the end of the day, doesn't matter if it's sex at the end of the day, and they never ask for someone to violate them or disrespect them. How a man could be sitting at home waiting for his wife or his girlfriend to come in the door, and for someone to violate her while she's at the laundromat, or she's at the grocery store, or she's going from point A to Z to take care of her business, or she decided to go into that bank that day, or she decided to go see her family that day, and someone groped her, someone disrespect her, someone said certain slurs out of his mouth, or she said certain things out of her mouth and grabbed him inappropriately at the end of the day. And someone is trying to figure out at the end of the day, how do I protect the love of my life? How do I protect someone that I respect when I didn't sign up for those type of conversations when they go outside? It's just train of thought for me. No child, because at the end of the day, you're somebody's child, regardless to how old you are. And I say that respectfully, regardless if you're still in a toddler's shoe size or you're acting your body weight. It's a train of thought for me. My content is not for everyone. It's a man right now that said to his wife or girlfriend, I want ice cream. And there's no ice cream in the house or whatever the case may be, or he wanted something that, whatever he wanted. And her being the person that she is, or he being the person that he is, he said, you know what? I'm going to run to the store real quick. And by them doing that at the end of the day, they're being violated by an individual. They're being disrespected out in public. How this type of stuff actually happens, and it should not be the norm. Doesn't matter if someone's under the influence or not. No, it does not. It's a train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens. How a pregnant woman decides to go outside to kick her craving or whatever the case may be, and she's being violated because someone doesn't see a man or someone around to protecting her, or even just a woman just walking out in public. Someone is monitoring this woman's every move, and they see that she doesn't have a protector. They see that she may not have family. They see that at the end of the day ain't nobody checking for her. So someone decides to say, you know what, I'm going to take my shot and disrespect her, and nobody's going to believe her, because you know what? Someone may live in a community, or someone may be known as being a well-kept person, or someone may be known at the end of the day for being that person who's, is well respected in the community. And because of this person, they're being blackmailed. They're being painted as a liar. They're being painted as, at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to believe it. How this type of stuff actually happens. And that man and woman wasn't doing it for likes and music, clout chasing, or fame. My content is not for everyone. It's not. No man or child should be violated, regardless of how old they are. My content is not for everyone, regardless to who hacks my devices, my accounts, my emails, monitors my calls, or is monitoring my screen right now, or who's gang stalking me from when I go from point A to Z from the time that I leave out my household. I never signed up for this one-sided contract, and I say that respectfully, and I would never hurt myself. And when it comes to my creativity, I'll work alone. Gang stalking is real to your household. You're not doing it for likes, views, and clout chasing, or fame. I am far from a hater. I know how to give my neighbor respect when it's due. I know how to give my neighbor flowers when it's due. And I was never doing it for likes and views, and clout chasing, or fame. We are all not the same. Individuals, if you're a content creator or not, individuals will threaten your life, disrespect you, regardless if they can the ones who behind the scene that's able to control your For You page, they will threaten your life, or they will have individuals that you don't have to know try to project fear in you, or they will have your next door neighbor different tax brackets at the end of the day, trying to project fear in you to get you locked up, put you in the psych board, or they will even try to antagonize you. How this type of stuff actually happens. We live in a spiritual world at the end of the day. And respect's a two-way street. If someone is not for you, you keep it pushing. You don't sit there and gather a hate train or send someone an evil lie or put in spoke towards them at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, you got more better things to do when it comes to motivation, when you choose you. Gang stalking is real. And regardless of your content creator or not, how individuals will hack your devices, your accounts, your emails, monitor your mail. They will monitor your packages. They will even take your packages as if you accepted it. They will act like they was part of a conversation that you was never part of it in the day. Maybe someone wants to hire you for a job, or someone wants to show up for you, or whatever the case may be. They will project sport on them, or they will pay people from your past to make sure that nobody shows up for you. They will make you feel like you're alone and nobody is there for you. Or they will even get you out to put you in the sideboard to blackmail you against you. They will even use your own documentation in the day to put you in these type of facilities because they have controlling issues. How this type of stuff actually happens. Or they will project sport towards you, or send you the evil eye, or even have a hate train towards you. Always be yourself. I would never hurt myself regardless of what man or child is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. You don't have to do something to someone. And it's not a crime to speak up for yourself, and I say respectfully. When individuals make an assumption that you're talking about them at the end of the day, it tells a lot about their character traits. It tells a lot about their movement, what they had towards you at the end of the day. I'm far from a hater. And my content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. When God sends the right people into your life, respect the two-way street. They're far from haters. They're far from having that jealousy and envy mindset. They're not sending you the evil eye. They're not projecting a hate train towards you. They're trying to bring harm towards you. They're not trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, or energy harvest off your energy, or have your next door neighbor different tax brackets watching your every move, or whatever the case may be, to try to to monitor your mail, or who's coming in and out of your household, or whatever the case may be. When did you go to the store? Whatever the case may be. What did you buy? They don't got time for that. And they don't look at you like a threat or competition. That motivation is different. You know, I don't live in fear regardless to what people have to group up with groups of people to go against me or to try to project fear in me and say that my voice doesn't matter. Or you're gonna try to ruin my life because I speak up for myself. And I stand up especially regards to what man or woman has me shadow banned, or regards to what man or woman is sitting behind certain departments when it comes to my creativity to threaten my life, that you're going to project spork towards me, or you're going to bring harm towards me, you're going to rob me, or energy harvest or spit spork towards me, whatever the case may be, or watch my every move, or whatever the case may be. I would never hurt myself, and I'm far from a hater. And when God sends the right people into your life, they pray for you, not against you. They don't have jealousy or hate or envy within them, regardless if they came from poverty and pain. I'm healing from a hate crime, and I'm far from a crash out, regardless who's plotting against me. I would never hurt myself, regardless who's trying to make me homeless or trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or energy harvest off my energy, or project spoke towards me at the end of the day. I put everything in my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God's hands. We don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater, and I don't pray against my neighbor. I pray for my neighbor. Always be yourself. I never knew it was a crime to be authentic. But when it comes to certain folks' culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age at the end of the day, we all not the same. But people who are truly for you at the end of the day, they're not trying to destiny strike with you. They're not trying to send you the evil eye or put a spoke towards you. They're not listening to he say, she say, or whatever the case may be. They actually get to know you for who they are, who you are. And I say that respectfully. They're not sending you low vibrational frequencies to mess up with your mental health, or sending illusions or whatever the case may be when it comes to spell work in the day. I never knew it was a crime to leave out your house when you please to. I never knew it was a crime to go to the store when you want to. It's a train of thought for me. If you're a popular loner or you by yourself, whatever the case may be, folks will sit there and say they project their spell work towards you. Watch they leave out their house today. Watch this and watch that. I never knew it was a crime to go to the store when someone is monitoring your every move and has your schedule down packed from the time that you leave out the house, from the time that you go to the laundromat to the time you go to the store, or they're in the background scenes because they know certain people in certain departments when it comes to HRA or this department, that department, whatever the case may be, to try to rob you. How this type of stuff actually happens, and then try to paint you up to be mentally unstable, let alone to crash out. Always be yourself. I don't dibble and dabble with magic or play with sport. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I'm far from a hater regardless to who has me shadow banned. I would never hurt myself. When God sends the right into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. Regardless of your spirituality, regardless of their healing journey, regardless if they came from poverty and pain. They not for you, they keep it pushing. And I say respectfully, they're not gathering up with that hate train. They ain't sending you spell work. They not sending you the evil eye. They not doing all that at the end of the day. They not trying to energy harvest off your energy. They not doing all that. Always be yourself with no misintentions. When someone says you don't have potential, that does not mean stop pouring into you. When someone says you don't have potential, that does not mean stop showing up for you. When someone says you don't have potential and you're not worthy regardless of your tax bracket, that does not mean you are not worthy, because you are worthy of choosing you when they overlook you. And it's not a crime to be authentic, because God was known for likes of his cloud chasing no fame. It's a train of thought for me. We are all not the same. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi, to the genuine. Hi, I'm peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi. No. Listen. One door open, the devil try to stop you. One door open, your blessings right here. Don't dim your light when the hater try to stop you. Don't dim your light. FATH. Hold on 1 second. God's proud of you. Don't get discouraged. No, forever. Don't get discouraged, because the devil on any, they gonna try to test you. They gonna send you the evil eye on project spell work. Everybody's, healing journey the same with no spirituality. But if you're not for somebody, just stay in your own lane. No, for real. Stop doing spell work at night. No, for real. I'm tired of you people. No, return back to sit up with your weird having self. I gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm Naya. Jingle love respect. Always be yourself. I never knew it was a crime to be authentic, regardless if I do puppet scenery. People pick and choose as to who they want to bully or who's qualified and fit to do certain things at the end of the day. People pick and choose who could talk about spirituality, who could talk about God, who could talk about narcotics, who could talk about healing, who could talk about domestic violence. Like people pick and choose who could talk about certain topics when it comes to motivation. It's a train of thought for me. Everybody is not for you, and that's okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless to what man or what woman or child is trying to bring harm towards me or trying to project sport towards me or trying to energy harvest over my energy or sending me an evil eye or trying to get me locked up, put me in a sideboard or trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully, I would never hurt myself or my peers around me. Always be yourself and no extensions. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God. And I work alone, I always have since day one. Gang stalking is real to your household. Individuals will try to control your phone, who's able to have access to you, who's calling you, or if you're a content creator, they control who and who can't see your content. They will hack your devices, your accounts, your emails. They would dibble and dabble with your packages, your packages, your mail, see where your mail is coming in and out from at the end of the day. They would even find people from your past to humiliate you, rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or they would have people monitoring your every move just to watch you and see what you're doing every single day, even to try to stop you from becoming your best self, vision yourself. I never knew it was a crime to speak up for yourself when someone decided to take your kindness or weakness. It's a train of thought for me. How when someone makes you their enemy at the end of the day, and you never have malicious intentions towards individual, and they had to create a hate train towards you, and as soon as you spoke up for yourself, at the end of the day, you were wrong. Because someone who didn't like you for their own personal gain had to gather folks to go against you or have folks look at you a certain way. So now when you speak up for yourself because someone made you their enemy, now you're on your toes when it comes to, I gotta protect me. I never knew that was a crime. It's a train of thought for me. We all don't think the same. But my content is not for everyone. How someone will try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or even project sport or send you the evil lie, or try to blackmail you against you. Even when they're not even part of your life anymore. It could probably been over 3, 4, 5 years, 10, 20 years at the end of the day. How folks will try to make themselves so relevant in your life at the end of the day, all because you walked away. My content is not for everybody. Always protect your energy, protect your peace, protect your family. You matter, you're worthy. My content is not for everybody. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. It's no third party when it comes to my creativity, regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me, and I say respectfully. Because individuals, when they gang stalk you, they will act like they had a conversation with you, or you would think that you're having a conversation with that individual, because that person has control as to someone's emails or the phone or the way technology is set up today. It's the trick of me. I didn't sign up for that either. Hit the trick of me. No, for real. That's real spooky. No, for real. I gotta go. I'm Naya. Genuine respect, and my content is not for everybody. Have a safe year, day, even, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. Today is currently October 16th, 2025. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Peace and respect to neighbors, loved ones. You many words on them, you like. Gotta go, neighbor, on them, you like. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community, stop the violence in the community. I say this respectfully, because someone laughs at your authenticity, or someone doesn't understand how you tie your shoe, or someone doesn't believe in your faith when you're being authentic and you don't run from your past. Never allow that to discourage you regardless of your tax bracket. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're not worthy of overcoming an obstacle and facing your dreams to come true, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, or if you're willing to pass that test or not, or you're willing to override certain things that you had fear within you and you never thought that you was to be able to see that hold on 1 second, you was the miracle to yourself. Never allow someone, regardless if it's a neighbor and any tax bracket, to discourage you because they want to humiliate you, they want to disrespect you, they want to laugh at, they want to make you the joke of their conversation when it comes to their email, their text message, or whatever the case may be, they small conversation. Never allow that to stop you from choosing you. because the right people see you, hear you, and respect you. And they're not going to blackmail you against you. And they're not going to send you the evil eye or project sport towards you. And I say it respectfully, I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless to what man or woman is trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or trying to make me homeless. I would never hurt myself, and I put everything in God's hands when it comes to the right people that's truly for me. Always be yourself to the genuine ones. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say it respectfully, you matter and you are worthy. Always be yourself. I got it, girl!